What's up, Wargamers? Welcome back to World of Wargaming. I'm Isaiah. Today we're going back into the Shadow Deep. Finally, we're going to be jumping back into the missions from the main book or from the deluxe edition of the rulebook that I have. We're going to be playing Descent into Darkness, which is Scenario 1 from Mission 3. And this is one that I've been preparing for and working on and getting ready for a really long time. Because I, of course, took it upon myself. It's a cliff, so I built a cliff with a stair, and I'm really proud of it, and I'm really excited to play a game on it. So if you haven't hit that like button, that subscribe button, or that bell notification, please consider doing that for me, as it really does help me get the content out there to more people. And let's get into this cliffhanger of a mission of Rangers of Shadow Deep. Laden down with provisions, for who knows if there is food or even drinkable water below. You start the treacherous descent of the stairs. In some places you move quickly, in others you must step lightly, checking your footing with each movement as cracked and broken rocks crumble away. As you get lower, the air thickens and breathing becomes more difficult. Black ash floats in the breeze, filling your nostrils and stinging your eyes. You are just about to call for a break when you hear a loud, buzzing noise, first from one direction and then from the other. You ready your weapons just as the first bloated body comes flitting into view. Alright folks, so I've got this cliff face built finally. This is a really fun build. I enjoyed this a great deal, but I'm glad it's done, and I'm really excited to be playing on it. So, we've got our main stairway that runs down the middle. I can move along this at normal speed, but if I try to make an extra movement, then I have to take a climbing check or potentially fall. Anywhere you move off the stairways, you must make a climbing check. If you fail the climbing check, you fall the difference and take the difference in damage. We got giant flies coming out of their nasty little warrens here. If I am in base-to-base contact with that, I can spend an action to throw a torch down it and set it on fire. And our goal is to get to the bottom. We got 10 turns to do that. So we're going to start with turn 1, Ranger phase. Start things off with a bang. Dundrek is going to try to shoot that fly. Getting a nat 20. Get in there, Dundrek. That's a super dead fly. And then Dundrek is going to begin his descent move down the stairs. I don't think any of my other friends are going to have shots here, and I really don't want to double move anybody. At least not yet. So everybody else, or I'm going to have oh, I forgot to introduce my new friends. So this is Jameson. He's a swordsman. With he's a climber because he is from a mountainous part of Alador. He spent his childhood climbing trees and rocks and everything else. Desdemona over here is a conjurer with heal and fireball because those are just my two favorite. And she is an expert at reading runes. So I'm going to activate Olaf and Jameson. Why not? We'll go ahead and move them down. Those three making it to right here. We'll then go move some flies. The flies are just going to be flying towards them, I think. Well, this one might not be able to see because of the rock faces. I think this one can, though. I think I'm just going to fly them both probably towards my friend. So they're going to move 9 inches. Here, there's me, and here, respectively. Bringing us to the rest of the companion phase, where I think everybody's just going to move down. Ending up right here as we come down, begin our descent down the mountain. End of turn 1, going to turn 2. Time to draw an event card. Get a red jack. Okay, so gonna be a landslide. So I'm gonna pick 2 heroes. I'm gonna pick Gorbin and Jameson, and they're gonna take a +2 shooting attack. So for Gorbin, that's a 15, and Gorbin is fight 3. So that will hit for 3 damage. For Jameson, 13 plus his fight of 4 is an 17. Plus 2 there is a 17, so that's a tie, so nothing happens. Gorban, however, will take 3 damage. Which is going to bring us to the turn 2 Ranger phase. So I'm going to start with Dundrek, who's going to pop a shot right there. And see what happens. That is a miss. They only rolled a 12. Yeah, I'm going to use my Hand of Fate right there. Ooh, that is a 15 plus 3, 18. No, Dundrek's plus 4 to his shoot now. 18. So there's a 19, which is going to pluck that fly from the mortal coil. Squish. And then Dundrek's going to continue down the steps, making his way to right there. Next, I'm going to bring down, I think, Jameson, because I'm going to let Jameson try to take a double move. End of his first movement puts him right here. We're going to make this, I don't know why I have 2 dice in my hand. This is not a contested roll. 5 plus his climb of 8. Let me check the target. It is a target number 8 for the second activation, so I'm fine there. I'm not going to fall, so I can move another 3 inches further down. Right here where he and Dundrek are having a little powwow. He's new on the team, so Dundrek's, going to kind of fill him in while they wait on everybody else to come down. Next, I'm going to move Gorban, because he's sitting in a precarious position and I don't like it. So we're going to bring him down to somewhere a little bit more stable. I think he's probably only going to make the single tight fit for the big man, but he's going to make it. Next, we'll go to monster phase, where we have 1 fly currently on the table who's going to make his way up towards 9 inches up, putting him right there. Next will be the rest of my team. We're going to move down. I'm going to have some people probably take some shots at that fly. Tobias can get down to right beside Gorban. He's going to take a shot at the fly. Tobias is plus 2 to the shot. Oh, that is unfortunate. Anyways, moving forward, we're going to have Tobias come down and also take a shot at that pesky little varmint right there. That guy. It's ending right here and shooting his shot. Whew. Miss. Okay. Everybody else is just going to move. Nothing special. Moving down thusly. We'll go to event phase and draw ourselves a card, getting a red 2. Flies here, here, and here, bringing us to turn 3. Let me mark that down because I will forget it if I do not do that. So we'll mark turn 3, and then we're going to go to Ranger phase. So I measured this. I checked this out. I can drop a fireball right here, and these guys are within 4 inches of each other, so I can put it right between them, and it will catch both of them. So that's what I'm going to do. So against the first fellow, I get a 15 to their 10, so that will deal more than enough damage with their armor 6. So that was this one. And then we'll check for the other one, who is also going to be super burnt. We'll then move herself down to there. Next, we're going to activate Jameson, who is going to make his way. He's going to make his way further down. So Jameson makes it down to here. I'm actually going to try to move him a second time. Dundrek has 5 inches of movement to the edges of the stairs, and then another inch of movement. So he's technically like right here, but either way, he's going to have to move again to get in contact with the fly hole. Let's see what happens to Jameson here. Oh, he is good. Super good. So he gets another 3 inches. Right there. Which will bring us to the end of Ranger phase. We'll go to Monster phase. We got some flies. They're going to buzz their way up. This one's probably going to make it into contact with me, but it's not going to have an action left to swing with. This one is just going to be flying up that way. Fly coming over to right here, which will bring us to my companion phase. And I'm going to definitely be trying to set myself up to take some shots at this fly, probably with Tobias. Okay, so Gorbin moves down, Olaf moves down, Tobias moves to the edge of the stairs, and we'll take a shot at this fly. Ooh, I got a good chance here. 14 plus 2 is a 16, which will definitely hit, beat their armor by enough to pluck him from the sky. Next will be Tobias, or Samuel. No, that was Samuel. This is Tobias. Tobias is just going to move down the stairs right there, which will be the end of turn 3, going to turn 4. We need to draw an event card. Getting a red 7. A red 7 is a fly on fly holes 1 and fly hole 3. So this creates a little bit of a dilemma for me, because my initial plan was to bring Gorbin down to provide support in this, what is already a hand-to-hand fight. However, I want very much to be able to deal with this fly hole this turn, because I have a plan. I brought the sneaky craftiness. So I'm going to go ahead and activate Samuel here, who is going to take a shot at that fly. 6 plus 2 is an 8, which will be a 5, and will beat their armor, but will not do enough to kill it. So that fly will have 3 damage left. Samuel is then going to move along. Tobias is going to take a shot at that fly. 5 plus is a 7, which will deal 1 damage, which is not what I need. I mean, it leaves the fly at 2 health, but I needed to kill the fly so that I could burn the hole. But alas, I'm gonna have to activate Dundrek and take a shot at the fly. Well, I'm probably gonna on the floor, but we know floor dice don't count. 10 plus 4 is a 14, which will be more than enough to finish off the fly, and then Dundrek can move into contact. I've got 4 inches of movement on the rough terrain, so I'm going to move to the other side of the fly hole right here, and we're going to drop a torch down there. And the hole is a lot, which will bring us to the monster phase. So this fellow right here is going to be activating first, I believe, because he's in the combat. So we'll take a swing at Jameson. Jameson comes through with a 14 over their 2. 14 over 6 is more than enough to kill that fly. All right. This friend is going to fly up that way towards Dundrek. Actually puts him like right here, but that's fine right there. No worries, no issues. Which will bring me to my companion phase, where folks are just going to be moving down for the most part. He is going to be moving out this way. I'm technically right about here right now, so we're going to make this climb check. 9, okay. Whew, we're good. So I can land right there. Whew, that had me super nervous, but at the same time, if I'd failed that roll, it would have been a crucial time, because like there was no foothold, like nothing, like I was just hanging on that wall. I like this a lot. I want other things to use this board for. I'm not sure what besides a backdrop, but I want them, and I will try to figure them out. Everybody else is just going to be moving down to move Tobias in the ranger phase, but he was definitely moving down after finishing his shot. So that will bring us to event phase. Let's draw a card. Let me neaten up the pile over here, just out here living like an absolute Neanderthal. Red 8. A fly on hole number 3, as well as hole number 2. Okay. Ranger phase. Dundrek is going to drop a rope and climb down something. 7 down the rope, getting him to right there. Next will be Tobias, who's going to take a shot at that fly. Lord have mercy. 15, 17, more than enough to kill that fly. And then he will move down. Jameson will move and drop a torch. To monster phase, which will be these fellows. So I got to do some measuring. Both make it into base to base, so we'll do this one first. 3, I'm gonna win the fight, so that's a thing. So 3 plus his fight of 2 is a 5. So I don't beat the armor, but I do win the combat, so I can step away. Yes, I think I'm gonna step away. I'm just gonna push him back to there. Then this one can make it in, so 6 to there, and then we'll fight. Ooh, I'm going to get a 15 over their armor of 6, so that fly I will be able to kill, and fly gets no support because I won the first combat and pushed that fly back away from me. Bringing me to companion phase, where I'm going to start running folks down the steps. So we're going to start with Gorbin. He gets to right there on his movement. See if he can go any further. He can! He keeps going, so he'll go another 3. He's going to take the extra movement, so this is where we end up with Jameson, and then this row here, and then Dundrek still hanging out over here doing ranger stuff. So that's going to bring the end of turn 5, going to turn 6, and we will go to an event card. Red 4. Fly on fly hole 2. However, fly hole 2 is currently sealed, so nothing happens there. Bringing us to ranger phase. So Dundrek is going to climb down to this level and drop a torch in that hole. Rest of the ranger phase, I'm going to activate Gorbin and Olaf and just go ahead and get them moved down out of the way. They're both going to be making climb checks here. For Olaf, he's good with a 9. Awesome. Not Olaf, I apologize. Olaf has not moved yet. That check was for Gorbin. Olaf's going to move down. I'm going to go ahead and make his roll, and yeah, we'll see. 17, he's fine. Bring us to the monster phase, where this fly is going to come down and say hello to the Dundrek. He's mad about his slop hole getting burned. So he's going to move down and swing. I'm going to win. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of damage. So 7 plus 2 is a 9 over 6. So 3 damage. And this time, I don't want to push the fly away. I'm going to step away an inch to there. Get myself moving back over that way. That's it for monster phase. So we'll do companion phase. At this point, I have a shot on that fly without moving from Tobias, with moving from Samuel. So I'm going to take the shot with Tobias first. 10 and 10, but I get plus 2, so that's a 12 over their armor 6, which is enough to finish that fly off, which means he's going to be moving. They're both going to be doing some climb check for Samuel. He's good. For Desdemona, who is not at all happy about having to run down this mountain. She likes books, not nature. And it shows. So she's going to fall 4 inches straight down, and she's going to take 4 damage. Falls to actually right here on top of Gorbin, and 4 inches was right about here where Gorbin's arms are. So in my mind, I'm going to say that Gorbin caught her just like Fezzik caught Buttercup when she jumped out of the window in the castle. And if you know that reference, then we probably are already friends. If you don't know that reference, then that's okay too, but you should go watch The Princess Bride. Anyways, moving on, that's the end. Oh no, sorry, got Jameson over here. I'm gonna have to think about Jameson for a second. So with everything being rough and rocky, I can get to right here if I pass the climb check, which I pass with flying colors. So he can climb his way down to right on top of that boulder. I'm gonna fiddle with him off camera. Which will bring us to the event phase for turn 6. red 3. It says to place a fly hole on an already sealed fly hole. So luckily for me, nothing happens. Taking us to turn 7, Ranger phase. Okay, turn 7. We're going to bring Dundrek back over this way. So let me do some measurement, bringing him to right there. Then we're going to make a check to try to climb back up to the stairway. Nope. 7. He's got a climbing. I have a bonus to climbing of 3. I pass, so I can climb back up to there. Cool, cool, cool. Next, we'll move these friends. Nah, we're going to move Jameson. We're going to make a climb check to see if he can keep going. He can. 3 inches to right there. Next, we're going to run Desdemona. Let's see if she passes her check. She does not. So she's going to fall again. So she's going to move her movement into here and then fall an inch down there, taking one more to here and make a climb check. He's good with an 8. So he'll move another 3 down right there. There were no monsters, so nothing to do with that. So everybody's just moving. So we're going to run him, make a climb check. He's good. These fellows have already moved. I'm pretty sure that was my hero phase. Yeah, pretty sure that's correct. So we're going to go to an event phase. Red 9. 2 giant flies on hole 3. Hole 3 has been sealed, so we keep on cruising. We're going to take a climb check for Dundrek. Ooh, that is going to be a fail by 4. So he'll move his 7 and then fall down. He's actually somewhere like right around here, so I will count that in towards his next movement. This fellow is going to make a climb check, Mr. Samuel. He's going to be fine. And we'll go ahead and make a check for Tobias, who is going to be fine. Themselves to right there. There are no monsters on the field. So we'll go to the companion phase, where we'll go with Jameson, who's going to try to get himself off the steps. He does. Corbin. He does. He doesn't quite make it off the steps, but he makes it down here to check on Dundrek and make sure he's okay. His new, since they're new friends and everything. Desdemona, I think, is just going to walk. I think she's had enough of running for today. Yeah. Olaf, however, his dwarfy self is super at home in the mountains. He likes it here, so he's going to have a climb and just absolutely ace it. Right in front of Desdemona. Those 2 friends have already moved, so let's draw an event card. Probably going to tell us to place more flies we can't place. Oh, a red ace. Let's see what place more flies on fly holes. So Ranger phase. Gonna activate Corbin. Go ahead and walk him off. No roll needed. And then we're going to activate Samuel, who will make his climb check. Ending right here. No monsters on the field because I sealed up all the fly holes like a boss. So we'll go to the rest of my companions. So Olaf, gonna try to climb on down the steps. Drop the dice. 4 dice have been awesome today. That was an 18. An 8 is enough. It's enough. Tobias, who's gonna be just right there. Desdemona is going to move 6. Dundrek's just staying put. He stayed put this turn. I'm not moving him anywhere. He's going to wait. He's going to be the last one down the steps. Almost to the bottom at the end of turn 8. We'll draw an event card. Red 10. Right, see, and this is why we don't take the Ranger off the field. So I have to make a perception roll. I'm going to use Dundrek because he has the best perception. So target number 8 on the table. 12 plus 3 is a 15. So I will place a corpse marker within 3 inches of Dundrek, not on the stairway. It's going to probably be a little bit on the stairway, but we'll count my movement when I go to do it as the double. So that's our corpse marker right there. And I was mistaken somehow. That was turn 9 we just finished because I've drawn 9 event cards. So we're coming into the last turn, turn 10. I don't think I'm going to get everybody down the stairwell, but that doesn't really matter. It's just bonus XP for the ones you get down. going to start off the Ranger phase with Dundrek, who's going to move his 4, because he's off the stairway, to right there. He's technically right there, but we know the deal. It's a metal model. And he's going to do stuff with the corpse. Let me see. Moves into contact, spin an action to search it, and then I get to roll on the herbs and potions table. Make that roll on the table when we get to the end phase. Rest of my companions, Desdemona will walk off, and he will try to climb. He does so. We'll do the same. He does so with his LV leg card. Last one of the game is a Red Queen, which is the Poison Fog, which is a will roll. However, it would affect me on the next turn if I failed it, and there is no next turn because there are only 10 turns in this scenario. So let's move over and do some post game up here, and I forgot to write it down, but I think I killed probably about 9 flies, so I'm going to say 9. That sounds about right. So that'll be 18 XP there, plus 15 for the fly holes getting sealed, plus 8 for heroes that made it off the board. I have to make a roll now to see if I successfully map it, and I will get 8 for the love letter. So let me check my stats and see who's got a good navigation. If he has plus 1 navigation, so we'll see if he gets it. On the table, 13 plus 1, 14. So that was target number 8. So I did successfully map all of these stairs, all the way from the top. A total of 57 XP. In addition to the 83 that I already have, bringing me to a total of 143 XP. Everybody's going to get 2 progression points because nobody died. So that will put Tobias and Olaf at 20 progression points, or 21 actually. So they will both get a bonus to their shoot or fight respectively. I'm going to do a plus to Tobias's shoot and a plus to Olaf's fight. And then I got to roll on the vegetable chart, getting a 10, which is Anthelus, which if I recall correctly is pretty sweet, if it's what I think it is. Carrying the serve. Plus 1 on survival rolls. That's still pretty good, but it's not what I thought it was. Let me check. Dundrek might not even have room to carry this. I may have to hand this off. He did have room to pick it up. We're fine there. I'm going to take him off of there. That makes me nervous. No need for him to be in that precarious position right now. He has room to pick it up. He's going to hand it off to Desdemona because I feel that she's the most likely of anybody to end up having to make that survival roll. So that, my friends, is going to do it for today's game of Rangers. Next time we'll be playing Swampland, Into the Swamp, I think it's called. Swampland. We're playing Swampland. It feels really, really good to be back and playing a game of Rangers. I've been really excited about this scenario for a while. It's not the most action-packed scenario, but with a big thematic board, it's still a lot of fun. It's still just to see them moving down the stairway and climbing, like it makes those climb rolls make a lot more sense. Plus it makes using rope make a lot more sense, which I think fits it very well. Now, of course, I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this giant thing that I've made, but that's a problem for future me and definitely not a problem for you guys. So I want to just say, thank you for stopping by, hanging out, rolling some dice with me, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And as always, I'd like to say a big, huge, from the bottom of my heart, thank you to our patrons who support us and pledge to us over on Patreon. You guys are the absolute best. If you enjoyed the content you saw here today and that's something that you would like to consider doing to help out the channel, go over there, check out the link in the description, check out the Patreon. There's a lot of cool stuff over there, including access to our Discord server, talk to me, hang out with me, talk about our work, what we got going on in the hobby, some shout outs, all kinds of cool stuff. Check it out if that's something that you think you would be into. And regardless of whether or not you do that, I want you to know that I am incredibly grateful that you decided to stop by and spend part of your day with me today, rolling dice and pushing toy soldiers around. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And as always, may the dice be ever in your favor.